Hi friends, welcome back. This is Vidur and I'm a senior systems engineer in Juniper Networks for Mist Wireless. And in this video today, we will understand a very cool feature that is launched recently in the Marvis query. So this is about the roaming of client query, which is recently brought up in the Marvis search, in which you can see a timeline view of your client roaming between different access points. We use the data from client events at the backend and arrange it in an easy way to visualize the path your client takes while roaming. With this roaming visualization, you can actually see details such as RSSI data while associated to an access point, as well as the roam status, which is a good roam or a bad roam or a warning roam. A bad roam, of course, we understand is marked as when the RSSI is low. A warning roam would be when the client jumps between different bands or a different SSID while roaming, and of course others are good roams, right? So this is a very cool thing that is recently launched. I mean, it's been loved by almost everybody that we have shown it to, and it actually helps us, empowers us to troubleshoot issues like roaming in an easy way on the ground. Okay, so let's go to the Mist dashboard and see how we can actually check it out in real time. I'm quickly going to go to the Marvis query. I mean, as we all know, this is the home page, this is the SLE page, and I'm going to click on Marvis, and then here is the Marvis page. I'm going to write roaming of client, and or you can actually select a client and enter the name as well, but I'm just going to write roaming of client and see where it takes us. I'll click on enter and it asks us to select a client. So here we can go and select whichever client is connected. Let me click on Denali right now and click continue, just so that we get some good output. By default, it'll show us the roaming of Denali during day 1, that is today. I'll click on today and select last 7 days. Of course, we have an option to select the custom range, last 24 hours, last 60 minutes, last 30 days as well. Now this is very good, because if you want to troubleshoot a problem of roaming in the last 30 days, you can come here and understand the pattern your client followed while roaming between different access points in the last 30 days. That really gives us a good idea as to what the behavior has been like. So for now, I'm going to click on last 7 days and hit enter. So now the query we ran is roaming of Denali, that's the client, during the last 7 days. Now, this is a whole good representation of what the client really went through. It talks about all these roam statuses. The green checkbox is the good roam, the warning roam, as we know, when it hops between different bands or changes the WLAN. And a bad roam is, of course, if it moves towards a bad RSSI, that's minus 70 or more, or minus 71, 72, 73, like that. So that's called a bad roam, and of course others are good in that case. And this tells us that the client roamed between all these 4 APs in the last 7 days, and how the roam happened, and it's very clear here. So if you hover your mouse on any one roam, it tells us that the RSSI value was minus 46 to minus 39. It gives us all the good information about where the client roamed from, and what was the band, and what's the RSSI was, and the BSS ID as well. So this is very good information while roaming of the client. Also, if you want to, let's say I go here and I select last 30 days, the data will be quite cluttered, but I'm just going to try to simplify it out for you. So let's see how we do that. Now last 30 days, I see a lot of dots, I see a lot of information, but what I can do is I can select a specific area by clicking and dragging it and then releasing the mouse. Once I do that, I see that part has been maximized, and now I can understand what really went through during the time of January 13 to January 17 during this time. Or we can also, what we can do is we can actually go and hit the plus and the minus button here. We can zoom in and zoom out accordingly depending on our need, and that's how this works. So that's all good information. Now what it does is, guys, it actually empowers us to troubleshoot really tough roaming problems in the network in a very easy way. Now if we are able to use this query of Marvis, it'll help us understand the behavior of each client and how it's been roaming between different APs, whether the roam has been asked for, it's a good roam or a bad roam, or it's just a warning roam. So all these things are good information. So let me take another example for the different client. I just want to give an example of a warning or a bad roam. Let's see if we can find something. I'm going to click on roaming of client again, and let me select let's say Curtis iPhone, and click on continue. Once we do that, oh, okay, I do see something like that. I see a bad roam here. Now see, understand this. Now if the roam has been more than 7 to an AP with less RSSI value, that's minus 70 or more, we get a bad roam. That's the example of it. So it roamed from minus 54 to minus 72. The roam should not have happened, but it did happen. So that's the kind of information, we actually get. And it also talks a lot about how we are, how our network is deployed, if the APs are scattered wide enough or not, or scattered, the APs are, if the clients are able to roam properly between different RSSI, different APs with the right RSSI value or not. So this is all good information that we can actually gather from this and make sense out of. Now this has been recently launched, not quite long ago, but this is widely used nowadays, for multiple clients and multiple customers who have deployed Mist. I mean, I would urge you all to go and check this feature out. This is very cool, and something, if you have been in the wireless industry for long, you understand that roaming has been a very tough problem for all of us, and we are trying our best to make sure that we simplify operations, we make life easy, not just for the users but also for the people managing the network, and reduce the time of resolution for them. So this is one way of doing it. Anything that you want to troubleshoot on roaming, you will get it out of this output. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you in this video. Hopefully this was good, this was helpful. If you have any questions, any queries around this query, just pass it on the comment section, and I will be more than happy to address it. If you like the video, press like, and thank you so much for your time, guys. Hope this was helpful.